I mentioned in one of my, I think it was one of my contest videos I recently did, that, I need to lose weight. I do. I am a professional yo-yo dieter. I have been dieting my whole adult life, even before I was an adult. When I was 10 years old, my sister was getting married and I was going to be a junior bridesmaid in the wedding, and I had to, and she was making my gown. She made all the gowns. There were only two attendants. My other sister, who was her maid of honor, one of my other sisters. I have four sisters. One is deceased now. But she was making all the gowns, her wedding gown, the maid of honor gown, which is our other sister, and my gown. And I had to go on a diet because I was not going to fit into it if I didn't go on a diet. I love to eat. I've always loved food. I have been on almost every diet that you can possibly imagine. I've tried Atkins, Stillman. I've been on Weight Watchers. I have done, most recently, a commercial diet I did was Nutrisystem. I lost 45 pounds on Nutrisystem, and my hair fell out. I started to see visible loss, hair loss, signs of hair loss. Nutrisystem, they send you food in the mail. And I thought, oh, I'm out of control again. What'll I do? I'll try this Nutrisystem. And the food comes, and I'm already, I do have a spare freezer. I'm all set to throw it all in the freezer. No, it's all got preservatives to keep it. As long as you don't open it, until you open it, it's fine. Well, it's either something in the preservatives or it's it's a very low calorie diet per day. It's either that, I don't know. I Googled hair loss and Nutrisystem, and I came up with hits. I wasn't going to even mention the name, but I don't really think they care. I don't think they're going to come after me. There are people on the internet that already have posted entries on different websites about the fact that they lost their hair when they went on Nutrisystem. I did LA weight loss. I got down to a size 16, 22 to a size 16. 16 I'm happy with. I'd be very happy to be a size 16. It seems every time I do lose weight, I almost don't want to try to lose weight because I have some kind of life crisis when I finish, which sends me in a tailspin, which prompts me to put the weight back on. At that time, I went on Nutrisystem. I lost a lot of weight. Two big things happened. I was hoping that once I had lost the weight, I could get a job there because I was looking for a job at the time. And I thought it would be, except for the fact that I would have had to work Saturdays, and that was before my husband got sick, and he was working Saturdays. Except for that component, I thought it would be a really good job for me. They really didn't want to have anything to do with me for employment because of the fact that I was only gone down to a size 16 in their eyes. That wasn't small enough for them, basically, is what I'm saying, why they didn't hire me. That's the impression I got. That's not anything they admitted to, but that's what I think. Since then, they closed. I thought they went out of business, but I think they are still in business. They did close the office down that was in my area. That was very restrictive diet. Bagels only so many times a week. You never could eat bananas. It was just like very restrictive. Like years ago, I did Weight Watchers, lost a lot of weight on Weight Watchers. Then I had my kids put on weight with each child. Lost quite a bit after the child was born, but then never quite got it all off. My main problem has been, it all started when I was, not so much when I was 10 and I couldn't fit into my sister's bridesmaid gown, but it was when I was in my early 20s and late teens, and I was 130, 140 pounds at the time, let's say 5'4". I measure now, I measure 5'3", which just blows my mind. I was at one time an aerobic dance instructor for a very short period of time. I took aerobic dancing, Jackie Sorensen to be specific. It used to be incorporated rather than a franchise. And my sisters took this aerobic dancing. They said, you should take it. You would love it. So I started to take it. Then I got, I have that character flaw. I can't just watch something or go to a club meeting. I have to be the president of the club. Well, I had to be an instructor. So I decided to venture forth and become an instructor. So I had to get down to, they measured me as at 5'5". And the way they would measure you is they'd stand you up against the wall and they'd have you put your chin down and they'd measure you from the very top of your head. When they measured me, they said it was 5'5". So I couldn't weigh more than 125 pounds. And I did. I got down to that weight. I was under 125. I was around 120 at the time, which was too thin. And I had a really hard time learning the routines. It's dance routines, that you have to teach people. It's like aerobic exercise, but it's dancing, and I found it very hard to learn. They only had one meeting. I guess at one time they used to have retreats, then they stopped doing them, and you had just one meeting. You'd get the material, and they weren't, this is a long time ago. This is in the 80s. They didn't have videotapes for you to watch. I had one videotape that the regional office had. That was it. So everything was on cassette tapes, and you had to know what these moves, what they meant. It was all written out, and I found it very difficult, very complicated, and ended up resigning after only teaching one session. And so then, of course, I got depressed, put on all the way back. So up and down, it's been up and down, everything. Like I say, every possible, conceivable diet that you can think of, I have done. And the thing that I've never been able to do is maintain. I've never mastered maintenance. So once again, I'm trying a diet and I'm trying to master maintenance. And I've never been able to do, some people may comment below, they might say, well, you should just learn how to eat and learn, and not go on a diet. But yeah, that's never worked for me. Whenever I'm just going to cut back, I'm just going to try to be good. I don't lose weight. I might maintain. So there's your maintenance there. That's how you maintain. Anyway, but the one diet that I've always had success with, that's been reasonable, I have to go get my thing. It's on the couch. I'm going to have to get up and get it. But it's Richard Simmons. Years ago, he had a book called Never Say Diet, and he had 3 little diets in there. Fruit salad and yogurt, salad and soup, or I forget what the other one was, half a sandwich and a soup. And he had these little combinations, pretty simple, and you'd follow that, and I forget what dinner was, and he'd say, eat a salad for dinner once a week, and things like that. And he had this book, Never Say Diet, and I had done that. I had lost some weight from that. And then he came out with the deal a meal. Do you remember the deal a meal? It was like a wallet. It had cards in it. It had starch cards and vegetable cards and fruit cards and fat cards and so on. And you'd figure out how many cards you were supposed to have. You'd put them on one side of the wallet. You ate a piece of bread, you'd move the starch card over to the other side of the wallet. You ate an apple, you'd move one of the fruit cards over to the other side of the wallet. And then eventually, when all the cards were gone, you didn't eat. You couldn't eat anymore. You've eaten all your food for the day. All your cards are on the other side. Bloop, no more food. So then he came out with something called the Food Mover. I'm going to open these windows up. Okay, it looks like this. It's got windows in it. So it's the same idea as the deal a meal, only it's a little bit more convenient to have this little thing. It folds up, and you can close it, and you can take it with you, put it in your purse or whatever. But it has cards that slide in and out of it. So I got myself on right now the 1400. Then on the back there's 1600. There's other cards with other amounts, higher for men or whatever. There's a thing called Blast Off Week, which is about 1,000 calories, and that's what you're supposed to do first. So this is what I have, and I got this, and it's remember the food pyramid, which now the U.S. government has done away with, but they used to go by the food pyramid, right? Well, this one is shaped in the shape of the food pyramid, and then you're supposed to have at least 8 glasses of water a day, 8 ounce. He says 8 to 12. I do 8 ounce. And as you drink a glass of water, you pull that down. Like today, I had a half a cup of milk, so I'm going to close half a window for that. And then I had a half a banana, and that's a fruit, so I close that. And then I actually had oatmeal, and I had 2 packets, so I'm going to close 2 starch windows for that. Okay. And then, an ounce of protein is your protein is your little chicken leg, and then your vegetables are your carrots in there, and so fats, dairy, water, and extra is like fat-free Cool Whip or what have you. I'm only supposed to have one of those a day. I kind of have more of those a day than I was supposed to. But I started this diet about 5 weeks ago. When I was doing my videos about the giveaways, the makeup giveaway and so on, I did take a video of myself at having lost about 9 pounds. And I'm going to use that as a before and after. Hopefully I'll have a decent after to put with it. Anyway, so, that works for me, okay? I can lose weight. And I just, and it comes with it came with this book. Now, if you want this one, I think you can, my husband saw it on Amazon.com. It's called Slim Away, okay? And I like this binder, and it has sections in it, and I actually moved the sections around so that I could have, see, there's the other cards that you can slip in. That's just a card that I made. But here's the other cards that you can slip in for other amounts of 1,800, 2,000 calories. And then he tells you, like, there's the key. You need the key. It's like, gee, I'm going to have a muffin. What's that? Or can I have pancakes? Two pancakes 4 inches across. Close a starch window and a fat window. Stuff like that. So there's also 30 days worth of meals in here, which I started out. When I started out 5 weeks ago, I used these meal planners because I was at a point where I couldn't do anything. I couldn't just discipline myself and do this. It's like, Richard, tell me what to eat. I haven't got a clue. So I did. I followed it pretty closely. And then as time went on, I can't do that. That's too hard. The biggest problem I have is trying to feed my family and trying to feed myself. And it's never the same thing. Because my husband can't eat anything whole grain. It gives him digestive problems. He can't eat whole grain anything. My kids don't want to eat whole grain anything. So I got white bread. I got wheat bread I buy. I got whole grain bagels or white bagels. I got, so I'm making spaghetti, for instance. Now tonight I'm going to make spaghetti. I'm going to make, that's one of the things, everybody in my house will eat spaghetti. They all like spaghetti. But I will boil a package of white vermicelli, and then I will boil a separate cup. And I've kind of found that I think 2/3 of a cup of, I usually buy like penne, whole wheat penne, 2/3 of it dry, comes out to about a cup cooked. So I will cook that separate. That's where I get into trouble. I'm cooking separate all the time, something for them, something for me, and then I get sick of cooking something for them, something for me, so I just don't do something for me. I eat what they eat, and then I get in big trouble. I put on weight. So I did order, these are the new Food Mover. I guess he doesn't call it Slim Away anymore, huh? These are the new books. I ordered these recently. I wanted to see if there was anything. I was thinking I was going to need more than 30 menus. I was like, I can't do this. I'm going to need menus forever. But then once I got to the last week, my mother fell. She lives in New Hampshire. And I went up for, 4 days, because it takes me a day to get there, a day to come back. So I went up, I was basically only there for two and a half days. But I went up to help my sisters take care of her. She was in the hospital for a few days. And that week, I just tried to be good. I brought the food mover with me, but I didn't actually pull the windows down. But I was really diligent and, tried to really behave myself while I was out there. And I couldn't exercise. That was a problem. But I did manage to get one walk in. I walked around what used to be the Nashua Mall. Those of you who know Nashua, around the Christmas tree shop and the Kohl's and the LL Bean and all that. I walked around that area one day, able to do that. So he changed it. It's purple now, the Food Mover, and it goes across instead of in a pyramid shape, but it's basically the same thing if you would be interested in getting that. Like I said, it does work. It has worked for me. The only thing is, I have never been able to maintain. So that's going to be my goal now, is somehow to figure out a plan. If I have to use this thing for the rest of my life and slip cards in for however many calories is going to keep me from gaining weight. That's what I'm going to have to do. I mean, that's it. I have got to stop this constant yo-yo dieting because I know it's not healthy for me. And I want to be healthy, of course. I want to live to see whatever. To at least get my kids, you know, I've got to live at least till my daughter is 19 and has graduated high school, right? But anyway, that's another story, another video subject for another video, why that is. But, you know, I really have to stop this roller coaster ride of dieting. So I have, of putting on weight, of losing weight and putting on weight. So I have been exercising. I have a stationary bike. It's a good one. It's a Nautilus. It's you can set it, you can put, you know, different settings into it. And so I've been built up. I started doing like 20 minutes a day, and now I'm doing, I'm up to 30 minutes a day. So I'm doing 30 minutes. I'm trying to do over 70 rotations per minute. And then I'm doing, in doing that, I'm bicycling about 6.5 miles in those 30 minutes. And I'm burning, according to the machine, though, they keep saying on the news all the time that whatever they tell you you're burning isn't right, but it's under 200 calories, but it's somewhere between around 150 calories, something like that. So I'm doing that. I'm trying to do that. I do that 5 days a week. I do that Monday through Friday. Then on Saturdays and Sundays, I try to walk, because to bike on Saturdays and Sundays inside the house, the bike is in the living room. So my husband is like, he works a lot from home. So he's either working or he's watching something horrible that I don't want to bike to, like The Sopranos, which I like the Soprano series, the HBO series, but I don't want to see Adriana get shot in the head more than once. That's enough for me. Okay? It's like, little Stevie's taking her once again. No! So, you know, he has these tastes. He wants to watch these different things on Saturday afternoons, and I don't want to be bicycling to that. So I like to walk in the downtown area of my town. So I'll actually, so that I don't walk in my own neighborhood. It's a little odd, but I don't know. People gawk at you, and then I don't like when people make comments, you know, like, oh, I saw you on your walk. I'm like, you're watching me. Don't watch me. I will drive to a little park, a baseball park where my son used to play baseball, and I'll walk around the downtown area of my town. And it's about a mile, and I've been going a little bit. I've been like sidetracking, walking up a street before I go back to my car, because I want to walk. It's not so much mileage as it is time. I want to do 30 minutes. So in order to walk 30 minutes, I'm walking faster. So I'm from my car all the way around downtown back to my car is a mile, but I'm going a little more because I want to get those 30 minutes in. So I do that. Then on 3 days a week, I got to shake weight. And I've been doing that 3 days a week, Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays. And I'm got one more thing I'm trying to add into my exercise routine. I want to, my goal is to do this. The thing I want to do, the other thing, the bean. I had bought this a few years ago. It's like an exercise ball in the shape of a bean. You can buy them. I went on Amazon yesterday. You can still buy them. I had bought it. I was doing it for a while. I was really firming up. And these are toning, like toning exercises. It comes with a DVD, and you put the DVD in, and you tone. And at the time that I first got it, I didn't have as many dolls in the living room, so I had some room in the living room, and I was doing it, you know, quite often, and I was firming up, and then it popped. And I kept having a problem of where to put it when I wasn't using it, because my house isn't that big, and well, somehow it got a hole in it and it popped. So I called the company, and they sent me another one for free, which was great, and it sat in a box like forever and a day. Well, I blew it up last week, and I tried to do it. So anyway, I think I'm going to try to do these little weight vlogs, maybe every week, maybe every other week. Something more in line with that is probably more reasonable for me to be able to do. If you can see, you might see in my face differently. You know, I've lost, I'll tell you what I started at. My weight when I started was 235 pounds, which is definitely too heavy for somebody 5'3" or 5'3.5" or whatever I am. Even 5'5" would be too much for that. It used to drive me crazy when I used to watch America's Most Wanted, and they'd have all these hoodlums up, you know, at the end, and they'd say 5'7", 180 pounds. I'm like, you know, I was heavier than all the criminals. It was like, it's not good to be heavier than all John Walsh's criminals. It's not good. But so I've started there, 235. I'm down to 224. Now, also, I've mentioned before, I'm in the little bit, I'm in menopause, okay? I'm just entering menopause. So I had gone 6 months without a period, and then I had a period in September 12. I know, sorry if this is TMI for anybody watching me, especially for the first time. Oh my God, she talks about menopause and periods. I got a period in September, very light, about 5-6 days, and very light. Then I just got another one, and I don't know if that's because I'm losing weight, but again, it's not that heavy. It's kind of on the low side. But I got a period this week. So usually, whenever I would diet in the past, and before I had menopause, I would never weigh myself the week that I got my period, because if I did, I would always gain weight, and then the next week it would be gone. So anyway, weight vlog. So we've gone from 235, now we're 224. So as time goes on, I will talk to you about, this is the basic one. Next time I wanted to talk about how people treat you when you're dieting and how they react to you, and negative things that people can say to you that can discourage you. I wanted to talk about that, but now this video is like way too long. It's like 27 minutes. The whittling down to 15 minutes is going to be like a nightmare. I'm going to be editing all night tonight with all these videos I've made today, but that's it. I'm on a weight loss crusade, and I'm hoping this is it. I'm hoping I'm not going to go back and revert when I finish, and maybe if I keep making vlogs about it, that will help me to stay on the straight and narrow. Just the thin and narrow, so to speak. And then when I get to maintenance, I might do something really outrageously, really crazy, like try to contact Richard Simmons and say, help, what do I do now? So I need more help with maintenance. That's my big thing when I get, finally, and what I'm hoping to get down to is like 170 pounds. I can't really see myself, though all the charts say I'm supposed to be more around 150 pounds. I can't see myself going under that, only because I had 4 C-sections to have my 4 children that I have, and I have a huge, I would need major tummy tuck surgery to get rid of that. And I think if I was ever able to get rid of that, I would lose 15 pounds just from that, just from cutting that skin away. So I really can't, I don't see myself going underneath. Plus, the problem with dieting over a long period of time is when you have a lot of weight to lose, you get so sick of it. You get to a point where you're like, I can't stand this anymore. Give me food. I need food. So got to get through that too when I get to that point. I'm not at that point yet. I went from, I don't know if I can do this. Help me. I need to follow menus, to, okay, I can do this. So right now I'm in that I can do this mode, and I'm seeing progress. I'm happy with that. But then it's going to get tougher psychologically. So if I keep talking about it, maybe it'll help. I hope it helps you too. Okay. Hope you have a great day. Thanks for watching.